I'm a Vietnam veteran diagnosed with PTSD, and I have been helped by Easter Seals Veterans Count, and I went to them for guidance and support, and they couldn't do enough for me.
So Veterans Count as the philanthropic arm of Easter Seals Military and Veteran Services. When we provide support to a veteran in the community, oftentimes it's something that's been on their minds for a long time, and it's a significant barrier to them to getting back to a place where they're in a position to be sustainable for themselves. It's things that oftentimes we take for granted. Just having the ability to drive to work is such an easy thing, but for some of the veterans that we're supporting, that creates a real barrier for them to be out back into the world on their own. Veterans Count is all about making sure those unmet needs are addressed in a way that is respectful of the veteran and their service to our country.
The help that I got, I know how it felt for me, and I want everyone else to feel that and feel as though they've been thanked and people do care. We thought about having veterans come here and walk around the horses and find some peace, and they still can and they do, but helping out people who are helping them was our next step.
A lot of people, surprisingly, don't know what Veterans Count is, and that it is a division of Easter Seals, and that it's nonprofit. For every dollar that is donated, 90 cents goes directly to veterans, and it stays local in Maine and New Hampshire, and to us that was really important.
We have boarded horses here for the last almost 3 years, and we were approached at one point by Kathy, and she had mentioned that they had a few of the veterans from one of Paul's groups come down to spend time with the horses, and she had asked me if it was okay. And a few weeks later, I had actually run into one of the women who had come up here, and she was telling me her story, and she said how she'd really bonded with one of our horses, who is a curmudgeon-y old Belgian draft horse who wants nothing to do with people. And at that point, I knew that maybe there was something special that happens here that is beyond what I can explain.
We decided that for our anniversary, we were going to do something here to benefit veterans of some capacity. And I called up Joe Regan and said, I don't know anything about how to raise money for charities, but I do know a lot of people, and we want to help in some capacity.
One of the most rewarding parts of my job is meeting with people like Kathy and Paul, who are so committed to the cause and to veterans in the community that they really just kind of present themselves and say, we really want to help you with what you're doing, and we want to figure out a good way for us to involve our own community to be able to give back and talk about the great work that you're doing at Easter Seals and in Veterans Count.
And it's important that there are people who need help, that they find that help.
The veterans out there who might be having a hard time, this option's available. You don't have to go through it feeling alone or upset about anything. You know, there's always help.
And you've got some really great employees who are willing to donate money to such a great cause.
We're doing this benefit to give back.
Well, the goal is to double the money this year, and I think we're going to do it. I have some really good sponsors. Very thankful for TurboCam for making this their charity of the month.
And we're blessed to have people like TurboCam and everyone that will step up and help us. This is all money that people have earned, and it's very precious.
And it's going to help a lot of other veterans.
We appreciate it.
It's great to see that you're able to give back to an organization that's so committed to supporting the needs of veterans in our community. So thank you.